by recruitment problems and then labour shortages. But now I'm also seeing a time in which they are struggling to retain their team, and that can be prevented. And that's what I want to talk about today. See you in a moment. Now, as I went through the last couple of weeks, a lot of the prospects that I spoke with were really struggling with losing team members. Some of them had lost nearly half of their team in a very short space of time. And I think some of that is as people's confidence is changing, people are getting back to normal, people are seeing that security might be there with new employers, just the same as it is with existing employers. Government grants are coming to an end, etc. But I want to talk about what we need to do, because very often as businesses we actually focus on how we attract, convert, and how we retain our customers. But very few of us actually look at how we retain our team. And we have to do that by plan and by intent. So what I mean by that is, yes, you might have a development plan. You might have a plan which talks about how you're going to develop their skills, their aptitudes, etc. But one of the things that you've got to look at is you've got to have a separate plan. And I do mean a separate plan to keep the team retained. So that has to be done by planning, and it has to be done by intent. So if you're watching this and you haven't got a written down plan of how you're going to retain your team as a whole and individuals, then you need to do that. Number one thing to take away from today. The second thing then to look at is communications. One of the biggest things that gets in the way of businesses being successful is the lack of communications. It's the number one reason that people, when I speak to teams, that they give me why they're unhappy. And they really don't love working in a business because of the lack of communications. So we need to make sure that we communicate well. We need to make sure that we know that every single one of our team members actually loves working for us and loves being at work. That's really important to do that. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to involve people. So we've got number one, which is by plan and by intent. Have that game plan there to retain your team. Point number two, communicate. Find out what people love, find out how happy people are, and communicate effectively with your team. And then number three is involvement. Involve a team wherever it's appropriate in certain aspects of the business. If there's something that you are planning to do, who can you get involved? How can you empower them? How can you give them responsibility? How can they feel that they're included in the team? And that's really important part of the stay retained game plan. They've got to feel that they have a part to play. And that's why I've said it's not the individual retention plan, it's the team retention plan. Because a team has to feel that every member of it has a part to play. So let people know that they have a part to play in your business, their role, their tasks, and the outcomes that you're looking for. So three things. Have a stay retained game plan. Communicate effectively so that people love working for the business. They love the way that you communicate, and you know that they do. And number three, get people involved. Okay? So they're the three things that I wanted to share with you in today's Monday's Moment video. And wherever you're watching this, whatever platform you're watching it on, it's important that you think about that. And if you've got a tip that you want to share, then please, you've seen it going across the ticker, please message me. I'd love to have you on my podcast. And of course, if you want to listen to the podcast, again, message me and I'll give you the links. We've shared over 120 business tips, stories that can help you be more successful. So I'd love you to find it and listen to it. I want to finish off with one final thing here. When you're retaining people and when you're developing people, you are going to get some superstars. And I've had some superstars in my businesses. And they are going to move on. And what you have to accept is that that's a good thing. If you're helping people better themselves in life, there are people that, yes, it's going to be sad to let them go. Yes, it's going to be devastating to the business to let them go. But sometimes it's the best thing for them. And you've helped that person better themselves in life. And we don't want too many of those that move on. But be prepared to lose some. And be prepared to lose some of your best. Okay? And if you're prepared for that, then it won't come as a shock. That's the final thing I want to say today. I've also, in the notes below this, mentioned that I've got 2 Facebook groups. I've got one for business coaches and one for ambitious business owners and leaders. If you'd like to know how to get into those Facebook groups, they're free. There's packed full of resources and templates and tools and other videos like this that can help you every single week. If you'd love to find out more about those, then just message me on whatever platform you're watching this video on in the comments below. And I hope you have a successful week ahead. And I hope you think about what I've said about creating a team retention plan. Do that, and at least you'll have the best shot that you can for the success that lies ahead. See you in next week's Monday's Moments video. Bye for now.